Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Serrano. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the BLU G91 Pro versus the BLU G91S. But let's get this video up to 30 likes within the first 24 hours so we can beat the YouTube algorithm, right? Because every single like helps the channel, right? But today we're going to be just comparing these two devices and going through some details. But if you're brand new to the channel, I truly appreciate you for coming through if you're brand new. But if you're already a part of the crew, salute.
Nightmare.
Alright guys, so let's start off with the build quality. But as you can see, both of these devices do come with the patented BLU G case, which is going to be coming with most of the BLU G91 series and even the BLU G51 series. It's pretty much the G series that they get this nice rugged case. I even seen it with the X series, the X6 or whatever. But this is going to be a really solid design. Look at the camera setups, which is going to be really solid to look at when it comes to the aesthetics and overall you know what I mean, like the way they look. And right, they definitely look really appealing when it comes to the back of these devices. You can see 4 cameras on the BLU G91 Pro, and then on the right of the BLU G91S you can see the triple camera setup, right, with the flash on both. So we're going to jump into a bit more details, but I just kind of want to show you guys the accessory that came with it, which is the case. They also do come with mostly like I believe they both came with headphones and you know, big, large. The BLU G91S is gonna be, you know, charging at like 10 to 15 watts, whereas the BLU G91 Pro has like a 30-watt capability of charge, which is crazy because it also does have wireless charging. So if you put this guy on a charger, it will actually charge up, which is really cool because both of these devices are off at this very moment. So see the charger just turned that one on. I'm gonna go ahead and boot this guy on as well. But let's just jump into the overall build quality of these guys. Now, the BLU G91 Pro was actually released in August 26 in 2021, whereas the BLU G91S was released in December 2021. So it's kind of the newer model when it comes to the release. But as you can see, we do get that wireless charging feature at it's like 10 watts wireless charging and then 30 watts fast charging for the BLU G91 Pro, which I really do like. And there's going to be some differences with the overall build, so let's just get that out of the way, right? So when you compare both of these guys when it comes to the build quality, you can see that we do have some pretty similar materials. We do get this material right here that looks like metal, but it's actually plastic on both of these guys. And you can see the volume rockers are pretty much in the same location right here because they got the volume rocker above with the power button right beneath it, right? So at the top, they both have microphones, so they will have dual microphones because they're going to have that at the bottom as well, with headphone jacks for both of these guys and Type-C charging, as well as you know, mono speakers. So not going to be stereo speakers with these guys, but I do like the fact that they do have dual microphones at the top and bottom on both of these guys. Now just keep in mind the G91 Pro has a Google Assistant button, so this is the Google Assistant button, and they both have SD card expansion on both of these guys. So I really do like the fact that they do have that. And then when it comes to the overall weight in the hand, they're going to be pretty solid. You get 201 grams of weight when it comes to the BLU G91 Pro, but when it comes to the BLU G91S, it's going to be a little bit lighter, right? It's going to definitely be a little bit lighter when it comes to the weight. Actually, the S is actually 1 gram of weight lighter than the Pro. So the S is 202 grams of weight, whereas the BLU G91 Pro is 201 grams of weight. Now, as far as the camera situation around back, you can see the really nice, beautiful cameras. They both have 48 megapixel for the main camera, which is going to be the bigger lens on both. And then for the ultra wide, it's going to be the 5 megapixel on both. And then for the third camera on the BLU G91 Pro, it's going to be a macro and a depth sensor as well. But on the BLU G91S, we're going to actually get a depth sensor, so we don't have the macro on the BLU G91S. So I just want to mention that. And as far as the materials, you get more of a really smooth. This is like baby bottom smooth when it comes to the BLU G91 Pro. It just feels really smooth to the touch, so it actually offers a lot of grip. Just a really beautiful. I love this design when it comes to the BLU G91 Pro. I can't emphasize that enough, because when you put it in direct light, you're gonna see like different rainbow effects kind of appear on it. It's just absolutely beautiful. I can't stress enough. This dude is handsome when it comes to the build quality. And this chick right here actually has a really beautiful design with the swivel pattern on the back as well. Both have remarkable beauty when it comes to the designs, so I can't stress that enough. So overall build quality is really solid on both of these guys. Now let's just test out the fingerprint sensors on both and kind of see which one opens up a little bit quicker. So 1, 2, 3. And I forgot that I just turned both of these guys on. Hold on one second. All right, so both of these are powering on right now. So let me just turn the brightness all the way up on both of these things so that they are equal when it comes to the brightness. And honestly, I just really love the way both of these devices feel in the hand. Actually feel really good. You can see the punch hole notch at the top looks a little bit bigger on the BLU G91S compared to the BLU G91 Pro, but the panels look almost identical when it comes to the quality that you're getting, right? But we're gonna get into the display in just a second. But honestly, like, I really like both of these panels when it comes to the overall look of these things. So let's just put it down on a surface, and you can see that the viewing angles are extremely good to look at, right? Because we're getting a 6.7 inch on the BLU G91 Pro and a 6.8 inch on the BLU G91S. And when it comes to the panels, they're going to get 1080 by 2400 on the BLU G91 Pro, but 1080 by 2460 on the BLU G91S. So it's going to be slightly more pixels on there, but when it comes to the PPI, we're getting 395 PPI on the BLU G91S. Or on the BLU G91 Pro, we're actually getting 393 PPI. But both of these guys are running Android 11, right? And when it comes to the overall screen displays, they just look really solid. I have this one on dark mode, so let me just turn that one off so it could be easier to see. But they're both going to be really solid. I'm going to get into the performance as well, but when it comes to the browsing speeds, they both actually fly. So I just wanted to mention that. When I'm looking at them in the naked eye, it does look really pretty nice. Let me clear out all the background applications on here. And when it comes to the RAM, we are actually getting 6 gigabytes of RAM, 128 gigabytes of internal storage for the BLU G91 Pro. So we get 4 gigabytes of RAM with the actual G91S. So I just want to throw that out there, that you will get slightly more gigabytes of RAM when it comes to the G91 Pro, right? You'll get 2 more gigabytes of RAM. But do me a favor, if you're still here, type in the comment section down below, I'm still here, so I know that you're still rocking out with me. When it comes to the GPU on the BLU G91 Pro, it's going to be a little bit more powerful. We have a Mali G76 MC4 with the coupled with the MediaTek Helio G90, which is 12 nanometers. But you could actually play Fortnite on this thing, so I definitely think that's pretty cool, because it's gonna have really good graphics quality that goes up to ultra, right, which is my favorite gaming setting. And you know, I'm gonna jump into the G91S in just a second, which also has the 12 nanometer processing chip. The G80, which is really good as well, but I don't think you could play Fortnite on that thing, but I haven't really tried to yet. But you know, you're gonna get a really solid performance when it comes to the gaming on both of these guys, right? You definitely could draw first blood on this thing when it comes to the G91 Pro. It's gonna be really solid, right? But I can't stress how good the performance is going to be on this phone. So I just want to mention that you will be able to play games like Fortnite. You definitely can get first blood. It's going to be a really good phone for gaming, especially around under 200, like 250, under 250 you could get this guy for, right? So just really solid processing and really good gameplay on here. Now, the BLU G91S does also give you that ultra frame rate as well, just like the BLU G91 Pro, which is pretty cool. And when it comes to the gaming on both, they're going to be massive. We still get really large aspect ratios. They're going to be the 20:9 aspect ratio on the BLU G91 Pro, and then on the BLU G91S, it's going to be a really solid aspect ratio too. So it you know, give or take, they're both going to be, as far as the screen to body ratio, this guy right here is 85.4, whereas the BLU G91 Pro is 85.3. So just slightly more when it comes to the aspect ratio, right? But extremely solid. You could get first blood on both of these guys. Let me just turn up the volume just a little bit. But I'm going to get into the audio test right after this, so make sure you stay locked into the end of the video, and then we're going to also compare the screen displays side by side, and then I'll wrap up the video and talk about the cameras in a little bit more detail. But it's just extremely solid when it comes to the gameplay on here. I can't stress that enough. So when it comes to the social media experience, they're both going to be pretty solid, right? Because look, you're going to get, let's do Instagram 1, 2, 3. And that time it was the BLU G91 Pro. Oh, it was this baddie on the left. That's crazy. Let's see. So let's just see if we can get, let me see if I could get the same image to come through on both of these guys, right? And see, the G91S is still loading. So it does look a little bit brighter on the BLU G91 Pro, just to be 100% honest, as far as the colors. And it's a little bit more saturated when it comes to the colors. But I did notice that when I went into the settings on both of these guys, that they do have an option to, you know, you could mess around with the brightness levels, right? So look, the BLU G91S has the color mode one, right? So I put that at vivid. So now they might be equal because I put them both at vivid when it comes to the social media. So let me just get back into, wait, how do I get to my most recent apps? There we go. All right, cool. So you can see right here, now they both have the same color science. Now they both really look almost identical. I can't really tell the displays apart, even though we have the 2460 on the BLU G91S and the 2440 on the BLU G91 Pro, so that you can see the grandma booty right here. She's doing it though. I can see, definitely props, big props. Oh snap, he laced that. That's crazy. So the overall social media experience, oh snap, this is young MJ with the N1. That's crazy, he snapped. But yeah, both of these panels look really good when it comes to the overall display panels on here. Now, as far as taking photos on both of these guys, it's going to be a similar experience, but let's just do a photo test. I'm going to do a photo of these two guys. Let me do it at this mode right sideways so I can see a little bit better. Let's do a photo real quick. Okay, so the autofocus kicked in. That was crazy. Let's do this one. Okay, perfect. Let's do a portrait now on both of these guys. Just keep in mind that the G91S won't have the micro camera, whereas the G91 Pro has that. All right, so I did a portrait with this guy. Let's do a portrait with this guy. It seemed like the focus kicked in a little bit easier on the BLU G91 Pro for some reason, but you can see this is really good. Let me go right here so you can see that. Zoom in on here so you can see when I zoom in, they both have extremely good detail on both of these guys, so it's hard to differentiate. They almost look identical when it comes to the photos. Let me take a photo on the front, and yeah, you can see the extremely good detail in the BLU G91 Pro with the detail. Everything looks really sharp and crisp. So let me just do a portrait of my face real quick. Hold on one second. I was just drinking a protein shake, so I have like residue on my lip or something like that. So I just ate breakfast. Or whatever. But as far as the front-facing cameras on both of these guys, they're gonna be really solid. You're getting the 16 megapixel in the BLU G91 Pro and the 13 megapixel in the BLU G91S. So it's gonna be a little bit more detailed when it comes to the BLU G91 Pro when it comes to the cameras, right? But let me know what you guys think about both of these devices. I definitely think both are pretty sharp and pretty vibrant. They both have really good color science when it comes to the photos. You get the AI camera, 16,000 milliamp hour battery on the BLU G91 S. So you get the 66,000 milliamp hour battery on the BLU G91S, but on the BLU G91 Pro, you're gonna get the 5,000 milliamp hour battery. Let's test out the sounds on both of these guys and see which one has a better sound quality. So let me just play a track right here. So you get a bottom firing speaker on here. I just want to mention that the BLU G91S right here will have Bluetooth 5.0, whereas the BLU G91 Pro will have Bluetooth 4.1. So when it comes to the audio, it sounds pretty good on here. Let's pause it and listen to the BLU G91 Pro.
It was a nightmare.
So I definitely think it sounds better on the BLU G91 Pro as far as the external speakers, but then I give the Bluetooth features to the BLU G91S because it's going to sound a lot better. But let me know which one of these devices you think would be a better option in 2000 and 22, and I'm going to get right back with you. But make sure you hit the like button. Every single like helps the channel. Let's try to beat the algorithm with 30 likes or more, and I'll check you guys later. Peace.